It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Chesapeake Energy Arena in downtown OKC. Tonight, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix begins the game with the basketball. To Kelly Oubre. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
Paul into the front court. Down 2. Here comes the screen. Paul in a matchup with Booker. Shot clock winding down. Chance for Chris Paul. The big man, Ayton, with the rebound. Phoenix has the ball. Here comes the screen. Rubio against Adams. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Here's Rubio into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Booker picked up by Adams. Nothing going here on that drive. Booker to Kelly Oubre. Off the assist.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Paul into the front court. They trail by 2. Ooh, Chris Paul. Missed his first. That one goes. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
Scores from the post.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. With the fadeaway, burns him for the basket.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Booker with it. He'll run the offense to Kelly Oubre. To Booker. Look out, Devin Booker, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Now Paul with the basketball. Down just a couple. Steps through and scores.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Booker. Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
Shot from in close, no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Nothing going here on that drive. Booker. Thunder with the basketball. And he hits.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Here's Rubio up top. The score 10-8. Booker matched up with Steven Adams. Here comes the screen. Booker Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Paul across the timeline. 10-all is our score. Oh, the Suns come up with the steal.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
Taking advantage of the turnover. Now a whistle, and we're going to get a timeout from OKC as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Hey, clear out. I got this.
Chance for Paul. Ooh, crisp ball. 3 for 4. Good start.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
It's Suns ball. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Has a chance. A shot no good there for Booker.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Ferguson to Paul. Shot clock winding down. Paul, his first effort off the mark.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Paul with it up top. Right now, 12 all. Here comes the screen. Ferguson, a pass stolen by Phoenix. Can't miss those. OKC ball. Ferguson to Paul.
Rebound.
Off the mark. Aaron Baines sends it away.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Rubio guarded by CP3. Now pass taken away by the Thunder. Frank Kaminsky pins it. That's out. Last touch by Frank Kaminsky. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Paul, 4 out of 7.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Knocked loose. Picked up by the Thunder. Oh, he had it. And he'll go to the foul line.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
And hits the first free throw. 2 for 2 on that trip.
Good shot, good shot.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. First quarter's complete. This game is all tied up. All's our score after 1. Let's do it here in the second quarter. To Mikal Bridges. Crawford to Mikal Bridges. Here comes the screen. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not done yet. The follow won't go either. Paul into the front court. The score, 14 all. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul. For 3. Not getting the bounce. To Crawford. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Crawford. To Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges with the strong finish.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Nothing going here on that drive. Ooh, Chris Paul. With that, he's 5 for 9.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
Mikal Bridges. To Crawford. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Had a chance, but it's no good. And he buries it. The Thunder will use a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game. Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Carmelo Anthony traded, but Sam Presti turns that into Dennis Schroeder.
And I love this acquisition by the Thunder. When you think about Schroeder, he is almost the opposite of what Russell Westbrook is. He is not a ball-dominant guard. He will have the ball in his hands, but he's more apt to make plays quickly with the ball than Russell, who likes to hold on to the ball towards the end of the shot clock.
To Booker. Won't go down.
I got ball.
And the rebound's taken in by Phoenix. To Booker. Mikal Bridges. And he drains it.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Oklahoma City's got it. Schroeder. Going to launch beyond the arc. It's no good. Shot's not going down. Into the front court. It's Booker. They lead it. 4-point game. Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal. To Schroeder. Oh, Dennis Schroeder. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
To Booker. To Mikal Bridges. Gets a look. Can't hit.
And it's never a great thing when you're talking to yourself the entire next possession about the shot you just missed. Now you know you're in that player's head mentally.
Adams. To Schroeder. Ferguson. Down to Adams. Oh, I missed a short one there. To Booker.
Defense, let's go.
Look out, Devin Booker. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Now a whistle, and we're going to get a timeout from OKC as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Paul picked up by Booker. Down low, Adams. Won't go. They'll get it down to Booker. Look out, Devin Booker. He's now 4 for 6.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
And count the basket.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Booker picked up by Adams.
Right.
5 seconds to shoot. Booker's shot off the mark.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Paul can't connect. Tyler Johnson, guarded by Schroeder. To Booker. The screen sets him up for two.
Oh, don't see the read. Be the read.
The Thunder have the possession.
Hey, watch this screen left.
Knocks it down from mid-range. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That's the end of the quarter. The Suns have the lead.
Thanks, guys. Let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Suns will start the second half with a decent lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Phoenix Suns. The Thunder are in need of some changes at the half. They've been scrappy, doing their best to be competitive. We'll see if their efforts are more rewarded in the second half. These are the guys getting buckets for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Game track. Field goals.
What you see on the screen is how this team put itself at a disadvantage. They definitely have some adjustments to make for the second half.
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Suns control the possession. Rubio. Now pass taken away by the Thunder.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
And look out. Big finish at the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Here comes the screen. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Rubio. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Schroeder with the basketball. The deficit now up to 5. Paul to Schroeder. Here comes the screen. OKC now with 4 to shoot. It's Paul for 2. Not that time.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Patrick Patterson with the block. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
One free throw, count it. It's a 3-point play, and the lead up to 8. Paul into the front court, looking to make something happen.
Here come left, 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 left.
Count the basket. He's feeling good. Defense has to get him out of his comfort zone.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Rubio. Nothing going here on that drive. Rubio.
Right.
Screen coming. Curling inside. A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out. With the rock, it's Chris Paul.
ISO.
And a putback slam.
If you know anything, it comes down to who wants it more. And right now, the offense is just hungry.
Rubio into the front court. Leads 4. Scores from the post. Now Paul with the basketball. He'll run the offense.
Big pick right there.
Screen coming. To Paul. Here's Rubio into the front court. Up 6. To Kelly Oubre. Has a look. Gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody will be wilding on the court. Guarantee it.
The Thunder will use a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this 3rd quarter. New blood coming in for both sides. Schroeder. Now Adams down low. Steven Adams with the slam. Here on their home floor, they're chipping away.
I mean, does this crowd have a pulse? Are they even alive? Sometimes when you make a play like that, your crowd needs to get you back in this ball game.
Tyler Johnson picked up by Schroeder. Danilo Gallinari swats it. Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Thunder with the basketball. Schroeder. Probing the defense. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
To Booker. DeAndre Ayton. Nice pass to set things up.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Hey, watch this screen left.
To Schroeder.
Rebound.
That's no good. To Booker. Nothing going here on that drive. To Booker. Can't connect. Around the perimeter. Oubre. To Booker.
Screen.
Fires the three. Another chance. Oh, and a putback.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Now a whistle, and we're going to get a timeout from OKC as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Changes coming from both sides right now. Schroeder. Not that time. He missed
Show
it.
me something better than that, baby. It's game time. Yeah, I got ball, I got ball.
To Booker. Nothing going here on that drive. The Suns with 4 to shoot. Jamal Crawford. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Ferguson to Schroeder. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
And the finish at the rim.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Here's Schroeder with it. The deficit now up to 12. Down low, Noel. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Booker matched up with Patrick Patterson. 3 quarters down. The fourth quarter coming up. The Suns lead it big. The Thunder have it to start the fourth quarter, and I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ball game.
Phoenix with it. To Kelly Oubre. Crawford to Kelly Oubre. Able to convert inside.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. His guys trail by 10. And scores.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
To Kelly Oubre. Can't connect from inside. Schroeder with the basketball. His club's staring up at an 8-point deficit. Beyond the arc for 3. Not that time. He misses.
I got him.
Looking to take this all the way. From the outside, no good. For 3. Offensive board. On the follow. Way to stay with it. Now a whistle. We'll get a timeout from Phoenix as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter.
And this is where habits come into play. Players think they can turn that switch on and off at their beckoning call, but it doesn't work that way. That's why coaches talk about practicing good habits on a daily basis, because they show up in the fourth.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Tyler Johnson guarded by Schroeder. The shot almost. Short jumper misses.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Hey, big screen right there, big screen.
Off the assist.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was a look of a three-point play. You always going in thinking you can get more at the rim.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Got to be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a T.
Here's Schroeder with it. The deficit is 6.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Oubre. Goes reverse to lay it in.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Oklahoma City ball. Screen coming. To Schroeder.
Right.
Throws it down. Jay, I'm surprised. He had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Tyler Johnson against Schroeder. To Mikal Bridges. Steven Adams snatching it out of the air. And he finishes at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Down to Adams. Big man, Steven Adams. 4 out of 7.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
To Booker. The drive, right to the basket. Foot was on the line. It's a turnover. Time to shuffle things up. Paul across the timeline. Now down 6. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Here's Rubio up top. They lead it. 4-point game. Couple of cracks at the line now.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
Ricky Rubio at the line for 2 shots. A career 83% free throw shooter. And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Paul with it up top. Down 6.
I told you the screen was coming.
To Adams. With the flush. Taking on all comers.
No excuse to not be a little bit more physical there on the defensive end. Needed that stop.
Rubio into the front court. He'll run the offense. Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Paul into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Here comes the screen. Down low, Adams. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
To Booker. Oh, emphatic slam.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Screen coming. Paul gets it in the left corner. To Adams. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Oh, good defense there. Thunder with the steal.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
To Paul. Five on the shot clock. Paul to Adams. Shot clock violation. Adams' shot can't hit it. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. It's the Suns with the victory as they get a good win on the road. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Suns emerged victorious after a tight finish. I could get into detail about their play calling and shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that the dunks were the most exciting. I'd be surprised if the rim isn't a little bit bent at this point. The Thunder are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss. When a team goes back and review the film, coach will probably find areas of improvement. But one thing he can't say is they should have shot better. They did a great job of scoring in this game. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Game track. Field goals.
This was a matchup in which solid shooting was prominently on display. I definitely enjoyed it. Like I'm loving enjoying all of these highlights right now. Great job of effective, efficient scoring from these squads.
Player of the game.
Being able to put up these kind of numbers is always impressive, but having the ability to lead and inspire is something special. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's what's coming up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again.